Hello and welcome back to the channel. The last episode of the Iron Man progress videos, I did a little Cox, got an Eternal Glory, and I've been set at Ziliana for an entire week, getting 669 KC, 666 on the tracker, and I have not gotten the hilt or the ACB, which are really the only things that I want from this boss. Of course, they're the rarest, 1 in 508, but having neither, I am already paying for the good luck that I had on the Glory with getting bad luck on Ziliana. Would I take that if given the choice? Yeah, probably, because at least I'm getting something from killing this boss. Not great things. Also, I'm rolling chances at a pet, so I would still take that if given the option, but it does suck. It really does. I mean, I get lucky, I get unlucky, it squares away at some point. It still doesn't feel good to go dry on anything, especially something like this where I'm like having to kind of full focus the whole time. I can't really miss clicks or I'm, gonna die or it is what it is. I'm going to continue with the boss until I get an ACB at the least. Or if I get a hilt, I'll go to 1000 KC and then kind of reassess whether or not I want to keep going for the ACB. I can do Muspa without an ACB, but it's going to be a lot easier if I can get it. With all that being said, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to go back into the instance and keep chugging away, and hopefully the next clip is not my 8th Saradomin sword, but in fact a beautiful red beam. Another God Sword Shard number 3, seeing so many drops that I don't need. No way, the back-to-back God Sword Shard from Minions? Still don't need it. I've completed the whole set in the first, hour and a half of this video. That is definitely something right there. Well, I can make all the God Swords now, even the ancient one. Super. Oh, what are the chances of that? Ugh, I don't want to look that up right now. In all my time using the next bank, this is the first time I've forgotten my blessing. I absolutely panicked. My brain stopped working. I have food in my inventory. I didn't put my prayer on right away. I unequip my cape, and yeah, now I'm dead. Honestly, I was kind of paying attention to another screen. I think I was watching something at this time, so yep. There goes a ton of KC. Sad. Well, looks like I missed it there, but that's 800 KC at Ziliana. Oh my gosh. Well, this right here is kill number 900, and I have not gotten anything in over 300 kills. It's kind of wild. Oh, there it is. We finally see something at 906 KC, and it's the one I wanted to. Okay, going for the hilts now, maybe. I think I'll go for the hilt at least till I get 1000. If I don't get it by 1000, you know what? It can wait for rigor, I guess. But I'm already here. I might as well stay for now. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Another God Sword Shard 1. That makes 7 complete God Swords that I can make. If only I had a hilt. Oh, another Saradomin sword. Cool. Look at that. Another God Sword Shard off the minions. God Sword Shard number 3, number 7 or 8. Well, I don't need it. Watching this clip back is just so brutal. I have 1 KC to go for 1000. I'm trying to make room in my inventory for Bones to Peaches. I shift click to drop this, and yep. Oh no. Recently, Jagex added the Scar Essence mine to the game, and I was talking about it as being a replacement for Dayalt Essence, but that's because I hadn't tested it yet, and I've tested it now, and I have a lot-ish 35,000 chunks. Every inventory is 140 chunks, which translates to a certain amount of warped or whatever I'm going to buy from this. If I go to this extract here, I do have to put money in the coffer here, or I could get pure essence. So it was touted as 10,000 pure essence per hour, which is good. It would be better than day old essence if you could get 10,000 per hour. However, it is not AFK at all. Each one of these amalgamations here can deplete at any point, and you can get anywhere from 1 to like 5 or 6 chunks at a time if you're wearing like the cape and the Varrock armor and everything. It's way too click intensive to be a viable method of getting rune crafting experience banked. So day old essence it is. That's 1 click per minute ish, and I can get like 20 to 30,000 day old essence on like a work shift. I guess that's what I'm gonna be doing, because honestly, this is way too like intensive. It's not intensive, it's pretty chill, but it's too intensive to replace day old essence. That being said, I did want to do a couple things with the chunks that I got, and that is get a crap ton of elemental and combo runes. Why? Because I can. I don't plan on using it for bloods. I have like 200,000 bloods. I may in the future use it for deaths, but right now I have close to 200,000 deaths. I'm doing really well on most runes, but I kind of want to see a white stack of all my runes. The combo runes, those are going to be hard to do. But thankfully, with the Scar Essence Mine, you can get twisted extracts. And yes, so, oh, hold on. Can I select how many? Because I don't want all of either of these. I want a lot of warped. I want like, you know, like 1,000,000 air and fire, and maybe like 100,000 of the 100,000 extra water and earth, because I don't really use those as much. And then the rest of them are going to be combos. Let's find out. Okay, cool. So I want 10,000 of these. That's going to be 12.5 mil. Yes. Give me the... Oh. Okay. I thought they were going to be like noted or something. I haven't actually seen this part yet. And then twisted extracts, 80 to 50. Is that just because I don't have enough money? Oh, God. That's so expensive. There's 6,000 a piece. Eesh. Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? Fuck it. And then 62 mil. I think I'll just pull out the rest in pure essence and call it a day. Wow, 8,000 pure essence. That's so crazy. 62 mil right down the drain. I'll craft all these up and have nice stacks of runes. Honestly, if it doesn't make 100,000 of each, then I guess I don't really care. It'll just get me closer to that goal. Steam runes are the one type of rune that I really don't get anywhere, but the Whisperer drops it, so I'm guessing by the time I'm grinding that, I can get a white stack. Lava runes, mud runes, smoke runes, mist runes all come from the spiritual creatures in the next area. Dust runes are obviously dust devils. So those, you get quite a few of those each task, so that'll go up. This will come from Sepulcher. I'll probably use some of these warped extracts to be able to get the body runes up. And then I'll have a white stack of everything. So just kind of a little side goal that I want to work on. I guess I haven't really shown this, but in my bank, Armadyl crossbow. It looks really nice. I'm glad I got that over the hilt because there's a bossing event coming up. I picked Muspah. I want to get Muspah drops. The Venator bow will be really nice. The Ancient Icon will be really nice. The essence that you get will be really good for upgrading my heart. And then, of course, to charge the bow that I maybe at some point will eventually get. Armadyl crossbow, just going to really help that grind out a lot. And what else will help that grind? Unlocking rigor, which means I got to go learn Cox, or just join groups more often. One thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is like the AFK grinds. You can technically get Ancient Essence without killing the boss, which is how I have some, even though I don't have a KC. But it is so slow compared to killing the boss that it is never going to be worth it. To get enough Ancient Essence to be able to imbue or invigorate the imbued heart is like almost 150 hours of mining, or you kill the boss 100 times, which is like a day. It is unbelievably slow compared to the boss. Whereas something like Zulrah Scales, I can fish up like 10,000 Zulrah Scales in a work shift. That's a lot of Zulrah. So I don't know why they made this so shit in comparison. It kind of sucks. But it is what it is. And I really kind of want to chill because 1,000 Zilyana kills in like a week and a few days is a lot. And I just kind of want to, not do something intensive. So I'm probably going to go back to Prif and smith up some stuff and do forestry events, edit this last video, and I'll probably just stay there until I want to go back to doing intensive content. I realized I never included the loot that I got from all of those Zilyana kills, so I'll do that now. I also got level 100 fishing on mobile, which doesn't really tell you, but on the sidebar it does include the level brackets. It just doesn't give you a notification when you go to the next bracket. Here's all the loot from, well, at least 999 kills, since the first kill is not tracked. That was the one that I did for the key way back when. 999 kills, 77.4 mil. This does also include all of the minions, and over half that value is just from the Arma crossbow. 5 mil in cash, which I guess I picked up most of it, although I was leaving some on the ground if I didn't have any space. Did not alch anything because I was on Archaeus Spellbook. A lot of rare drop table, the freaking shield left half in there. I think these rune battle axes are also from the rare drop table. Kind of sucks, but yeah, 8 Saradomin swords, 5 Saradomin's lights, Arma crossbow. Overall, a little bit unlucky on like the rarity of drops, but I guess sort of normal. Anyway, not a big deal. I'll go back at some point once we get rigor. That'll make the kills a little bit easier because I'll take less damage and the kills should be a bit faster. And then, of course, I did not get to pick up all the clue scrolls because I wasn't about to leave to do clues for God Wars bosses. I have to say, God Wars bosses solo kind of suck because you're pretty much just constantly in combat and it is kind of stressful. So chill activity, edit the video, and then I'll probably go runecraft all those runes and then come back. Oh boy, I got one of each god egg on that birdhouse run. That is really rare. Well, a lot of woodcutting later, a lot of forestry events later, and I now have more than enough anima-infused bark to be able to obtain everything from the forestry shop, and I have all the materials in my inventory to do it. So let's go ahead and get a bunch of collection logs. We have the log brace, which attaches the log basket to the forestry kit. We'll buy one of these. I don't have enough yew logs. All right, first take, I got everything I needed. Definitely did not miss something. Let's buy one log brace, one closed blueprint pouch, closed pouch blueprint. Hard to say. Oh no, I'm not gonna have the space. Hold on, let's do these then. Let's do the forestry set. Forestry, 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 forestry. Okay, so there's that, and then funky shaped log. That should be everything right there. I guess I got 100 extra of a few things. Let's spam everybody. Don't have a beaver, so that's a little unfortunate, but we can craft this together, use the log brace. Oh, I have to make a sturdy harness, which I think I can do in my inventory, and use that on there, and then that combines there. Then we save some inventory spaces. And on the topic of saving inventory spaces in the bank, I kind of want to do something a little bit different with my inventory. I can put all of these things in the tackle box, which I've been able to do forever. But now that I have this and the clothes pouch here, which I think you just use it. Okay, so now it's just available to store the forestry set. I'm going to free up some bank space and put everything that I can put in those two respective pouches and resort some stuff because, yeah, I have a lot of crap in my bank. So anything I can do to free up some space probably wouldn't be a bad idea. And I can see if I can make it look nice still. Looks like today is a bank cleaning kind of day. All these items right here, I'm sacrificing to Death's Coffer. Let's see how much this is. 22.2 mil. Very nice. Up to 27.7 mil. 5.5 mil. That was not bad. Since we're doing bank stuff, let's collect from the kingdom, which we haven't done since well before we maxed. Deposit max gold here. That was not max gold. Let's try that again. There we go. And I've switched it over from being on herbs to over on mahoganies, because if I'm ever going to get construction experience again, I would like to do it with mahoganies, and that's just the easiest way. Plus, there's some seeds and nests that you can get from there. God eggs, of course. So that's our main focus, is god eggs. If I get the whole set, you know what? I'll change it up then. Let's collect and see what we get. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of bird eggs. That is beautiful. Well, I've spent about most of the day rune crafting, and this will be the last inventory to get me to 20 million rune crafting experience. And it also gets me, if we go to the bank here, we can see real quick. It's beautiful. We have a white stack of everything. Hold on. It's technically better. There we go. Oh, it looks so good. I love it. I did craft some cosmics using the Twisted Essence, and then I had enough Twisted Essence to get me each of the combo runes to 100k, although I did have to do some extra lavas without the essence. It wasn't too bad. It was like 30 minutes of lavas. And if we go through my bank here, I did some extra like cleanup and stuff in the meantime. This tab, yeah, I need some work. This tab really hasn't changed, although there's 36 plus spots taken up by the god D'hide stuff, so I don't know if that's going to be a permanent thing or not. And then we look at this tab. It's not changed too much, but obviously I got rid of those 2 skilling sets. I moved some other things around, so it looks a little cleaner, a little tighter. I moved some stuff that was in a different tab over here just to kind of, I don't know, make it fit a little bit better. This tab, I did get rid of a few different currencies, but it's mostly the same. The nuggets from MLM I got rid of because I'm never going to go back. This tab is quite a bit different. It's the same on the left hand side, but I did move around a lot of stuff like birdhouse stuff, which makes it easier on mobile. I moved some crafting stuff over here. It should make sense looking at it what exactly I'm going for here, but I did try to consolidate like the different skilling types to the different areas, and visually it's more appealing to me, and I am a fan of it. I know there's probably some things I could change around, but I like how it looks. Although I am still waiting on that dragon harpoon. It's like the one thing that's left in here that I need. The herb tab is largely the same, although I did get rid of the bastion potions because I don't see myself using them. Clue scroll tab is identical basically. I did move some stuff around. I do have a lot of clues to open up, and yeah, all those mystery boxes. This tab is just like things I can't really get rid of or store anywhere, so that this kind of like the flex tab for now. And then of course all the beginners that I don't need to do anymore. And then if I get the pets, I'll be able to use these up. And then this is for chompy bird hunting when I eventually go for that, probably when I get Armadillo or Masori. This tab is still the process tab, although I did process almost everything. However, these Arctic Pyre logs I do want to use up. And then of course there's this, which I guess I could do like a TOA run to be able to get the Mask of Rebirth, which stores in the house. But to use up those Arctic Pyre logs, I think I'm going to go do Shades and Wharton and green log that. That should be really easy to do, actually. So let's go do that. There's the steel logs. 1 down, 2 to go. Oh, and I even got a second pair in the same inventory. That's neat. There's the bronze locks obtained. 1 to go. And the black logs. That is a green log. And I guess I can just get rid of the rest of my pyre logs. I'll use up the last of my keys, but there it is. Another green log obtained. Very beautiful. These next couple clips come from the beginning of the Hunter event. We had a Hunter skilling event. I wanted to get some black chins for some combat achievements. There's a couple combat achievements that rely on chins, so I decided, hey, why not like try this out? I am learning here that you can't actually use a spear and freeze at the same time. There's some like cooldown for freezing that counts as soon as you use the spear. So my big brain thing was to like use the spear to be able to get some breathing room to swap into my barrage gear, but it just you can see it doesn't work. So he didn't teleblock me, so I just left. That was an easy first one, but there's a couple more clips. Here's another escape where I just left because he didn't teleblock me. I did not get my my prayer up in time. Didn't really matter. He splashed twice, so bye-bye. Easy. This next clip I'm really happy with. I should have noticed that this guy was running and there's a PKer coming, but I didn't, and I get caught. And honestly, just enjoy this clip. This guy's pretty good, but I managed to escape, which I kind of got lucky, I think. Although if he had some mithril seeds, I would not have been able to escape. I'm just, I am actually pretty impressed at that, like a 1-tick teleblock. This is the last clip of the wilderness, and it was just kind of like, okay, I'm done hunting black chins now because I've been interrupted so many times. I decided to go for herbivore for the remainder of the event, hoping for Irby, and this is the first level, 102 Hunter. I happened to miss the last virtual level. Here's 3000 herbivore, and we have 103 Hunter. What has been 1 second for you has been many hours of herbivore for me, and we're already at 4,000 KC. Yet another milestone with 4,500 KC. It occurred to me that I never grabbed that clip at the last virtual level, but here's 105 Hunter. The levels are just flying in. Another milestone on this grind. This will be number 5,000 herbivore. Still going. Got another virtual level coming in, 106 Hunter. This one is on a birdhouse run instead of herbivore. I am doing these very consistently during the grind, which is very nice. Also something nice is I just passed the 1,000 rank milestone with this much Hunter experience. That's 2 skills under 1,000. This right here will be the last herbivore I do on this grind. The event has ended. I am technically in first, but I didn't do my buy-in, so it doesn't really count. 5,500 herblore. I am going to stop here. Let's put up the loot, and we'll go over that real quick. So here's the total loot from about 5,500 herbivore. I did like 1 KC before I got enough herblore to be able to get all the high-tier herbs, but I'm just going to highlight everything so you can see it. Now, granted, I did use like over 1,000 stamina doses during this grind, but I want to use up these stamina mixes, so it's not that big of a deal. Plus, the only thing I really use staminas for will be cocks, so it's not that big of a loss for a lot of really useful herbs. Smash cut to Duke. Yeah, I'm going to go kill some Duke. Here's my current setup, and I'm going to have to teleport to Weiss to get there, but I want to improve my Muspa grind. Getting the teleport is going to be quite handy. I brought this Swamp Tar in here to help me 3-tick, and it's Swamp Paste, so yep, that didn't work. First KC, kind of scuffed, but I know I'll get better, so let's see how many KC it takes to get the teleport. Just 4 KC in, I've already got my first perfect kill, 75 Adior. That's a lot, holy shit. Hey, you know what would help on this grind? Being on the right spell book. I've done like 8 kills already without being on the right spell book. I brought all this stuff in. I wasn't using thralls. I wasn't using death charge. Yep, it happens. Oh, there's the teleport. Let's go. Get the fuck out of here. Not bad. I'll come back to it later. That was pretty chill. Jagex has just said they wanted a nerf star, so I'm here taking advantage while I can, and in the meantime I'm working on my alts to get them to where I want them, and this is a perfect opportunity. Well, Jagex has already gone back on what they said they would do with the shooting stars update, at least in the terms of like lowering the stardust and upping the costs. So I'm not like, there's not like a huge push for me to do shooting stars right now. However, they are going to get rid of crystal shards from Prif, so I'm going to still take advantage of it for the time being. I'm not done with my alts, so this is still like, this is still working for me. I've gone ahead and gone through a bunch of like these quests on my alt. So I finished Sins of the Father, Fremennik Exiles, and I just finished Monkey Madness 2. I'm going to be getting the experience here in range and magic. My ultimate goal is to get to 88 magic so I can do Plank Make, which is a profitable AFK activity. I'm really just trying to get like all the AFK activities on my 2 main alt counts that I can. I do need a fire cape, so that's going to be what I'm going to go for. I've got my toxic blowpipe. I'll be getting 89 ranged in the fight caves. I also had to get all the requirements for these quests, so this has really just been a perfect opportunity and a perfect excuse for me to level up this alt. And I also did Dragon Slayer 2, which you can tell from the Ferocious Gloves. My other alt is at Prif, because this is going to be the hardest skill for me to get to be able to max this account. Everything else I can just AFK at a bank, get pretty good experience rates, but agility, yeah, you can't really AFK agility other than like 6k an hour or less at like barbarian fishing, and that's like almost less AFK technically than just clicking on these rooftops. It's like 22k an hour. I know it's a little lower right now because I was just finishing up Monkey Madness 2 on the alt, but about 22k an hour. That's a couple months before I'm getting 99 at the current rate that I'm doing stuff like this, so it's not too bad. It'll happen eventually, and it's just something that I'll be constantly working on in the background of all my clips. Well, this is not exactly how I expected to end this video, and it's definitely not how I expected my first dancing trip at the Monkeys to go, which is using my iron to dance for my dancing account. But this is the fastest way for me to get to 88 magic on this account, which will be the last like hard requirement that I'm ever going to do on this account before it just becomes a money making alt. Either Firewatch, Plank Make, or Rune Dragons, depending on the level of like activity or like the attention that I can give to that account at any given time. And of course, like I said, the character I'm dancing with, my old main account, is going to be trying to max or making money once I'm probably going to try to max first before I try to make money. We'll see. It really kind of depends on how I'm feeling and the amount of like time that I can provide for these accounts. This will probably be the last update I ever give to my alts unless I get like some crazy drop or I show like some milestone like 1 billion GP or something like that. I apologize if this is something that you like really don't care about because you're interested in the iron progress. My bad. Like this will just be something I guess you skip over. I'll try not to talk about it again unless you're like really interested in it. There's about 12 hours left before the Phantom Muspa event. I want to get a couple KC so I show up on the high scores so I can get like a proper competition going, because I think there's actually going to be a lot of people that are really competing for this particular event. There's a lot of people in my clan that really like the Phantom Muspa. I know there's a few people grinding out Pet, so I'm going to have some real competition on my hands, both not having a T-bow and also not having Rigor. So I want to learn how to do the step back method. The first couple KC, I'm just going to take in Bofa and supplies, really learn how the feel of the step back method goes, and also the final phase where I have to switch to my ACB and then use Smite and all that other stuff. So I imagine the first couple kills are going to be pretty scuffed, but another thing I want to work on there is getting all of the combat achievements done, which is 50 points. I mean, it's a lot of points. I mean, it's actually more than 50 points, but I think the ones that I can get is about 50 points worth. And that's That's like kind of a lot. That's most of what I need to get to the elite tier. And then also there's actually a lot of Cox combat achievements that I can get by just like doing a few choice rooms and like really trying those out. So elite combats before leagues is probably my only really big goal, because I think learning Cox how I want to learn it isn't going to happen until the leagues. I've mentioned leagues a lot. Leagues is going to be coming in from right now about 21 days. I am going to stop the progress videos because I will be playing on the Iron account. I will be making some videos on leagues. However, they will be nothing like the videos I did for the last leagues, the Shattered Relics leagues. That I captured everything, like every single tiny task that I did, I captured a clip for. This one is going to be, I'm going to be enjoying it more, making a lot fewer clips. I'll probably talk about a little of the things that I do, or maybe include some clips or some video of a really good achievement or something I'm really proud of. But for the most part, I'm probably going to keep it really short, 1, 2, maybe 3 videos, because I know league content can get a little boring watching because everybody is doing the same thing. I know Trailblazer's a little bit different, but it's still kind of the same, and it's not super exciting, especially as being a temporary game mode. Most people want to experience it themselves rather than watch somebody else do it. At least from my experience, it doesn't perform nearly as well for other content creators, and I think I'm going to use it as an opportunity to enjoy it more myself. I've kind of gotten off the topic, but I was just talking about Chambers of Xeric, and I am going to be picking the pretty, I guess, at this point, standard, which is going to be the Desert, Kandarin, and Zeah as my 3 like regions, because I want to learn TOA more. I want to learn Chambers of Xeric more, and getting a shadow would be really cool. I don't know how feasible it is, but all of the best magic gear comes from Kandarin and Zeah. You've got your Ancestral, which is going to be coming from Zeah. Chambers of Xeric, which honestly, that alone is worth me picking the Zeah continent, because I will be able to learn it. I'll have infinite stamina, which is going to be how I get the feel for the Olm fight. Whereas right now, I have to use my staminas, and also, like, it's just a little bit harder. It's not like a gear issue, it's a skill issue. And if I can learn that skill in the leagues, I will be able to confidently come to it on my Iron and just send raids. I mean, that's my biggest thing, is being able to consistently send raids. If I can do that, then I can make the progress that I've been talking about for like 20 videos. This is not how I expected to end this video, but there has been an awful lot of progress made in this video. I got a white stack of everything, which was technically a really long-term goal of mine that I managed to complete thanks to the Scar Essence mine. I also got a ton of hunter experience. I think almost 10 million hunter experience was gained in this video. Did not even get to the drop rate of that pet, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. It's a fairly long skilling pet to get, considering you have to sort of focus on it. Focus is probably the wrong word, but you can't passively get it like you would get from woodcutting or fishing or anything else, where you just do the skill at any point and get it. You have to go after Herbivore to get the Herby pet. Same with the Chinchompa pet. You have to catch chins to get the Chinchompa pet, which is a hunter pet. And it's the only skilling pet like that. Rune crafting, all the other ones, you just get them doing the skill at anywhere you want to do it. So it's like, it's always a chance, but you also kind of can't focus on it. So it's a little bit of give and take. With all that being said, I don't mind going dry on the Herbivore because it is useful for prayer pots and torstals and cadentines. All the herbs it drops are really nice, I guess, except for Qualms. However, it's like doing a farm run constantly. It's actually, I think, more herbs than doing constant farm runs, even if you exclude the Guams and just talk about the higher level herbs. Not that I'm hurting for herb seeds at all. I have literally thousands of herb seeds right now, but still, it's something I don't mind going dry on if we end up going dry on it. Right now, I'm still 1,000 KC under rate, so it is what it is. And then I guess at some point, whenever I get the Herbivore pet, I want to go for the Hunter pet, which I guess they're both Hunter pets, but the Chin pet, which is something that I'll have to learn a little bit better, because having to do the 3-tick trap resetting is kind of slow. I was getting almost 80% less experience per hour than like the EHP, which is, it's mind-blowing to me how much faster experience you get if you can instantly reset traps. I think it also includes like killing wandering chins with alts, which I don't think I'll ever do. But anyway, now I'm just rambling at this point. Let's end the video. I'll show my character summary from the last video. We have a lot of playtime, a lot of experience gained, a couple collections logged, and in the next video I'm going to be starting it out with Phantom Musfa, learning it, hopefully getting all the combat achievements that I want to do, and hopefully being able to saturate that imbued heart that I've spooned so long ago. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a good one.